Hey Tom.
Hi, Laura.
Hey
What's
Tom.
new?
Hey Tom.
What?
I read a book from the 1850s for today.
The eight,
Actually, wait. Actually, I don't know a decade. 1800s.
the 1800s?
Yeah, hold on. I'll
Maybe we should
I'll look it up real quick.
actually figure that out first.
It was written in 1872. So the 1850s was a little early.
Wow, from the 1870s.
Yes. This novel is Carmilla by Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu.
Is this the book that was or that Dracula was based off of?
I don't know if that's true, but it is a vampire novel that came out before Dracula. I don't know if it was the inspiration for Dracula or anything like that.
I thought it was, but
Okay, well, we
oh,
can pretend, or at the very least assume that is the case, because that's kind of funny. After this, should we read Dracula?
maybe.
All right, so let's get into Carmilla. It's a novella. It's only 100 pages, so
Oh, very short.
yeah, it should be light and easy, presumably.
Hmm.
All right, so we have our narrator. You find out the narrator's name like halfway through the novel, honestly, because it's first person narrated.
Wow.
It is, yeah. So we live in Styria, which is, I guess, in Austria. A very pretty house. It's very solitary. It has a moat. Very fancy house. We basically live in the middle of a forest.
Very nice.
When I say we, we're talking about the narrator here, our
Hmm.
main character, our POV character. We're a girl, so we're a young lady. We live here with our father and some servants, and we are telling this story from when we were 19 years old. I think it has been a few years since then. You know how these old novels go? It's always very like telling you, the reader, a story.
Yeah.
So, also living in our house, we have our governesses, like a regular governess, a finishing governess, whatever. They're here to teach us how to be a proper young lady in society.
Oh, fantastic.
So that's our cast. We reflect about when we were 6 years old. We woke up alone, and a strange lady was there, like at the end of our bed. And that was kind of creepy. And it felt like she punctured our chest. There were two stings in our breast. And then she left. And we woke up, and we were kind of freaked out about this, so we told our servants and everything. Her real servants really freaked out, but there's no wound on our chest from this. So even though it felt like there was like a bite or a sting or something in our chest, there was no wound.
Let me
And
guess. It gets written off as a dream.
yeah, and the servants and the dad, they're a little freaked out because they're like, there's a strange lady in your room, but
Hmm.
we're too young to understand the implications of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, we just like told this little aside story. There's probably no real consequence of that. But anyway, back to the present day, which is actually still the past, but the present of this novel.
Okay.
We have heard news from a friend who was going to visit us. He's now not going to visit us because his daughter died unexpectedly, and that's kind of sad. So he's not going to visit us anymore. And also, this is the 1870s where you just write a letter and say, "Yeah, I was going to come stay with you for a couple months, but I'm sad because my daughter died. I'll see you in a couple months, maybe."
Yeah, I mean that is fair.
There's no communication, really.
Yeah.
But also, it's a really weird letter with the language. It's like, this is something weird happened.
Mm, okay.
Meanwhile, we see a carriage coming down the road. We're outside reading this letter. And this carriage coming down the road, it's out of control. The horses, there's a screaming lady, and it crashes. This carriage crashes. So out comes an upset older lady and a seemingly injured younger lady, mom and daughter. So apparently, mom is in a super big hurry, so she ends up leaving her injured daughter here with these strangers.
What a loving and caring mother.
I know. I mean, our dad, like, offered to take care of her because we were also disappointed that this guy who we're friends with isn't going to come because we were looking forward to hanging out with his daughter
Hmm.
for like company because we live in the middle of nowhere. So anyway, the dad is like, "Oh hey, let's let this other weird girl stay with us instead."
All
So
right.
yeah, so our dad insisted. So that happens. The mom leaves, and we have this unconscious girl.
I guess the 1800s were a different time.
They really were. She's like, "I'll be back in 3 months. Okay, bye."
All right.
So the girl wakes up and she's like, "Where's my mom?"
Reasonable question.
Confused. She's like a similar age to us. When I say girl, she's like late teenager, early 20s. I don't know.
Hmm.
So we show her to the room. She's resting. We call for a doctor just to make sure everything's all right with her. The mom, before she left, said that the daughter is in nervous health, which in the 1800s could literally mean anything from anxiety to like seizures. So, great.
Love a great catch-all term.
Yeah, for women.
Yeah.
She says that their journey was very secretive, and we have the whole return in 3 months thing. But the doctor arrives, says she's good. All right, we get to go meet her now because she's awake. You ready? This girl is apparently the one who was in her room when she was 6 years old.
Well, that's weird.
We recognize her. She also immediately recognizes us, says from a dream.
Huh?
Apparently they had the same dream.
But of each other.
Yes, as their adult versions. So, like, this dream happened, like, over 10 years ago, but they saw the version of themselves from today.
That's freaky.
That is really weird.
I'd freak out.
Yeah. So, her vision seems to correspond to ours. So, again, like, they saw the same vision, but, like, different, yeah. They were
Different
sharing
POV.
this dream.
Yeah.
Or something. Also, this is really gay. I was shocked, I tell you. I was like, they're calling each other beautiful. They're saying they're fated friends. And I was like, this is feeling a little gay.
I've heard that Carmilla's very sapphic.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I was quite like, wow, this is gay. If I was a woman in the 1880s reading this, I would be blushing.
Yeah.
So anyway, this girl is Carmilla. Shocker.
Whoa.
So Carmilla comes from an ancient noble family, but she's being very secretive about it and very secretive of things in general.
Mm.
So, continuing on in the sapphic themes, Carmilla apparently gives intoxicating embraces that we're drawn into, and we're also slightly repulsed by them, but we can't say no because they're just so good.
This girl is gay.
Carmilla, she'll kiss our cheek and whisper, "You're mine. You shall be mine. You and I are forever." And this makes us a little uncomfortable, but we're also so drawn to it. It's forbidden love. But apparently Carmilla only acts like this rarely, so like it's okay.
Is it only when no one else is around?
I mean, probably. It's not like anyone else lives with them.
That's fair.
They're like practically alone all the time. All right, but it's been several weeks. So several weeks Carmilla has been here. She's always locking her door at night. She sleeps late, doesn't get up till the afternoon, quite like you, Tom.
Mm-hmm. Well, I stay up late.
You stay up. Well, what's Carmilla doing? Who knows? So there have been some strange deaths around, odd illnesses.
Oh, I wonder if that's what Carmilla's been doing.
Carmilla apparently hates funerals and like religious songs and hymns and stuff like that. Like she just hates it. And that's how we kind of find out because we're like outside and someone's singing about their dead daughter and Carmilla's like, ugh, disgusting. So.
Well, very put off by it.
Yeah. Alright, so new day. A traveling musician / merchant comes by because we live in this castle and people come to us because we're rich. That's how it works.
All right.
Yeah, his dog is super nervous and like is really nervous to come onto the property.
Ye old Amazon.
Yeah. And this guy says Carmilla has pointy teeth and he has a product to dull them. And Carmilla sends him away. She's like, oh, so rude.
That's an odd remark.
Yeah. All right, so anyway, the deaths of those young ladies we were talking about.
Just moving on, all right.
In these novels, there's not a lot of transitions. Things just kind of happen one after the other.
All right. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. So, anyway, about these young ladies who are dying, it seems like they are attacked by something and then waste away and die a week later. So they're all having very similar symptoms of like the same illness.
Oh, they've had their blood sucked away.
Well, Maybe. But in Carmilla comments, oh, screw doctors. I was once sick with this illness and I was fine. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That is weird. So anyway, a new merchant comes to the house. This is an art merchant this time. And he has a painting that looks just like Carmilla from 200 years ago. And Carmilla thinks it is a distant ancestor. So we buy it to hang in our room because we want a picture of Carmilla
Yeah, fair.
to look at.
You know?
But this picture is of Mercala. That is the name on the portrait. So like a distant ancestor of Carmilla.
Quote unquote. Distant ancestor.
Indeed. So Carmilla likes that we've bought this painting of her, or like her distant ancestor looks just like her.
She enjoys the fact that the main character is obsessed with her.
Yeah, we call her romantic. It's like, oh, I have. God, this book is so gay. Carmilla says, I have been in love with no one, and never shall, unless it should be with you. I think it's been like a month. Like these two girls, oh my god.
These two girls just do not know how to act.
No, Carmilla then says, darling, I live in you, and you would die for me. I love you so. Huh?
Huh?
Wait, sorry, what about death?
You would die for me? That's a bold claim.
Right? Usually you're saying it the other way around.
Yeah.
Oh, but anyway, then Carmilla seems to faint / become ill. So we're distracted by that.
Oh, okay.
But it's okay. She quickly recovers. She's fine. Okay. So apparently Carmilla's getting tired of being here because she tells our dad that she should leave to go after her mom. She's like, it's been a while. Maybe I should like go see my mom. You know, she did just kind of leave me here.
Well, the mom said she'd be back in 3 months,
3 months.
right?
It's not been that long
And
yet.
it's only been
yeah.
a month.
Yeah, Dad is hearing none of it, so Carmilla's still here. She's still chilling with us.
All right.
And we asked Carmilla why she won't confide in us, because remember, she's so secretive. She won't tell us anything besides how in love with us she is. Like, apparently that's these girls' whole relationship is just...
Very romantic.
Yeah. Okay. So, we have a weird dream. That night, we see a huge, dark cat pacing the room. It pounces on us, and we feel 2 stings in our breast.
Whoa.
Whoa. We wake up, and there is a still female figure standing at the end of our bed, and then it creepily floats out the room. But we check the door, and it's locked. Like, we locked it from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what was this? Was it a dream?
An apparition?
An apparition. Like, I don't know.
Yes. The mystery thickens.
The mystery thickens. So, the next day, we're feeling a little out of it.
Yeah, you just had your blood sucked.
Well, we don't know that yet, Tom.
Have you checked yourself for injury?
Maybe not. The governesses say that someone has been seeing creepy female figures walking under Carmilla's room. And Carmilla herself says she thought she saw someone in her room last night.
Wait.
So we're hearing gossip from our governors that, like, someone else on the staff saw a creepy female figure walking under Carmilla's room. So, like, there's a stranger, like, outside.
Oh.
Like, there was someone walking around outside in the middle of the night.
I was confused by the phrasing of walking under her room. I was like, how would you know?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, so Carmilla's like, oh yeah, I thought I saw someone in my room last night, because we also report that we saw this. Mm-hmm. Overall, there's creepy figures everywhere.
Did Carmilla say this before or after our main character did?
After.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was happening. I saw that too.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
So Carmilla has bought a charm from some merchant to help them sleep. But we're feeling drowsy and melancholy, and it seems like we're becoming ill. As I mentioned, we're sleepy after this incident.
Uh-oh.
And Carmilla's becoming very protective of us.
Ooh.
She's like, you've got to rest, babe. She definitely said babe.
Definitely said babe.
Definitely said babe.
That's in the
70s, yeah.
Yeah, 1870s vocab.
Alright, so it has been a few weeks now that we've been having weird dreams. Like, we keep having these dreams recurring, and we're visibly tired and ill now. Our health is slightly declining. But
Happening every night?
maybe not every single night, but like recurring, yes.
That's odd.
Yeah. But it can't be the same weird illness that's been killing girls because we've been sick for weeks
And
and
you're not dead.
there's only less days before they die.
Yeah.
So that's weird. Then one night we dream of a voice. Your mother warns you to beware of the assassin. Then the light comes on and Carmilla is there bathed in blood. And we're frightened for Carmilla. Like, oh my gosh, is she all right?
Someone's gonna kill her.
So we're awake now and we're really worried for her. So we knock on her door. Remember, she always sleeps with her door locked. And there's no answer. We're really worried. She's not in there. We break in. We break into her room because we're so worried for her, and she's not in there. And
Wow.
the door is locked from the inside and the windows are shut. So where's Carmilla? We don't know. So the night passes and we never find her, and then the morning passes and we never find her.
Mm.
And then she shows up in her room at like 1 p.m. when she normally wakes up, and she's like, I don't know why I wasn't in my bed. Guess she was sleepwalking.
Uh-huh.
And that's the explanation everyone accepts.
Uh-huh. I guess I was just sleepwalking. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I
They're
don't know
like,
anything.
the resounding theory must have been that she sleptwalked out of her room when we went to search for her, and then found somewhere else in the house that she was sleeping, and then she sleptwalked back into her room later after we were done searching, and that's when we found her at 1 p.m.
And you never saw her in between any of those times, because
Nope.
she just so happened to be somewhere else.
That's what happened.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so anyway, remember how we are like visibly sick and ill?
Mm-hmm.
So our dad summons the doctor, and the doctor is like, you said there were some pinprick pains on your neck? Which, by the way, every other time they've been described as like at her breast.
Yeah.
So I guess like just somewhere in that area. Maybe not on like the neck like in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, maybe like at your clavicle. I don't know.
That's a big range.
Yeah. They're biting her somewhere.
I mean, to be fair though, she could have gotten bitten multiple places
That's
and
true.
just said the neck for this one, so the doctor doesn't,
Mm-hmm. Well, because he has to see them, and this is the 1800s, so we're very prude.
Mm.
But we only have to like drop our collar like a teeny tiny bit for him to be able to see them.
Yeah.
So anyway, the doctor is very concerned. So he declares that we're not to be left alone, and that he will be back later to examine Carmilla for the same issues.
Okay.
So he's very concerned for us. And the dad is being kind of suspicious. He's like, oh yeah, he can't be left alone. He's not really telling us what his theory is.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's weird. What does the dad know?
I don't know what the dad knows.
Outside of the fact that gay daughter.
I don't even know if he hears that, if he knows that.
Oh, well, maybe not.
You know, I think it's somewhere around here that we learn the narrator's name finally, like halfway through the book.
Uh-huh.
It's Laura.
It's Laura.
Yeah, that's my name.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So me saying I did this is basically true because I'm describing Laura's actions. So anyway, Dad says we're going on a picnic to an old abandoned church.
Oh, lovely place.
Right? Yeah. So, okay, you remember that friend from the beginning of the book, like 10 minutes ago, we chatted about, whose daughter died?
Yeah.
And who was like, yeah, I'll be over in a couple months.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's here now.
Wow. Just at the abandoned church.
Oh, I think we like meet him on the way, like on the road.
Oh, okay.
So he is going to join us for the picnic. And he's very agitated and thinks the daughter died suspiciously. So he's going to tell us the story of what happened to the daughter.
Okay.
So, before she died, they went to a fancy masquerade ball. And they met an older and younger duo of ladies chatting them up. The older lady then said she had to leave. She had urgent business for a few weeks. And her daughter, Millarca, is too ill to accompany her. So might she stay with you? Great! Millarca's gonna stay with them. But everything's kind of secretive. So we go home with Millarca.
Mm-hmm.
Millarca's complaining of tiredness, she's always locking her door, and she sleeps late. Meanwhile, the guy's daughter has begun to take ill. She's having weird dreams, she's seeing specters, she's feeling this piercing pain and a sense of strangulation.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
These
So,
are all these should be resounding alarm bells and red
well, my
flags
next
for,
note is that we're hearing this whole story and we're like, huh?
yeah.
Wait, what?
Hey, Laura.
Huh? Wait,
Alarm
what?
bells, red flags.
So this guy, we're back in the present now. He wants to come to this church because apparently Mircalla is buried there and has been for over 100 years. And Mircalla is that photo we have,
Hmm.
a painting. They don't have photographs.
The ancient ancestor,
Yeah,
supposedly.
Mircalla. And he says, I need to go kill Mircalla because she's haunting me or something.
Mm.
So a local woodsman tells them a tale of a vampire from long ago.
Oh, they finally mentioned vampires.
Yeah, they finally mentioned vampires. But he also says he doesn't know where Mircalla's grave is and that it's lost.
Mm.
So we're like a little stumped because we need to find her grave. Okay, so anyway, the rest of the story about the daughter and Millarca.
Okay.
So, also at this point, I was starting to get really confused about Millarca and Mircalla.
Yeah, those are very similar
I
names.
think I've told you the right name each time.
Okay.
Okay. But so anyway, the daughter's getting more ill. Doctors have been summoned to look at her. One of them thinks it's supernatural and says to hire a priest and that a vampire is preying on her. But we're kind of skeptical. But we watch over the daughter that night, hidden. So we're hidden like in a closet or something watching the daughter. And we see Millarca sucking her blood.
Whoa.
And we chase her off, but our daughter dies that night.
Yeah, that's a vampire, all right.
Yeah. So, yeah. So anyway, Carmilla is arriving to the picnic.
Hi, Carmilla.
Yeah, she slept in, so she came late. She's here now,
Uh-huh.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she look exactly like Millarca?
Yeah, how'd you guess?
Whoa, that's crazy.
So anyway, the guy attacks her because she looks
Yeah.
exactly like Millarca. And she
Gee.
vanishes.
Oh, vanishes. Just
Yeah.
full on
Yeah, just vanishes.
poof.
And he says Carmilla, Mircalla, and Millarca are all the same person. Wow, anagrams.
Wait. All right.
Yeah, that's why Millarca and Mircalla are like basically the same name.
Uh-huh.
Carmilla, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Did it before J.K. Rowling.
that's crazy.
So, we're at this church now, this old abandoned church that we were having a picnic at. We're actually now grave hunting
Hmm.
for
Well, you gotta find your wife.
what?
You gotta find your wife, Carmilla.
Oh yeah, our wife.
Yeah, your wife.
Yeah, our wife. Yeah,
You're Laura.
that's true. Good point. So we search around and we find her hideout in the church. So we find like a hidden door or something.
Hmm.
So then we go home. We like don't do anything with this information yet. We go home, and Carmilla is absent. And we're like, "Where's Carmilla? I don't know." So we have a priest come over, and he does something to help cleanse us,
Of the vampire.
prays over us or something,
Yeah.
and our night terrors stop. That's nice.
That is nice.
Yay! All right, so the next day, we open up Mircalla's grave. Oh, and there she is, the vampire. I guess she has to spend mornings in her coffin.
Mm.
So that is the vampire lore in this novel, and why Carmilla always locks her room and sleeps in late because she has to like go to her grave and sleep in her coffin for a bit.
Mm.
So anyway, so we find her in the cave in her coffin because it's the next morning. So then we stake her, chop her head off, and burn her, all three, just to be safe.
While she's asleep?
Yep.
Well, you know what? That's the way to do it.
Yep. And then we reflect on the experience a bit in vampire lore. We kind of miss Carmilla.
Uh-huh.
We're also kind of terrified of her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that is the novel.
All right. Well, I guess she never turns into a vampire herself.
She does not. That really isn't explored how they do the turning. Though, if we believe Carmilla, she did have the illness, so perhaps she was human
She overcame the illness.
and became a vampire.
Yeah.
We did not. We were prayed over by a priest.
Mm.
But yeah, you know, we're not allowed to have queer representation unless you're a vampire and you're evil anyway.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. Listen, I knew Carmilla was a vampire novel. I didn't know how gay it was.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty gay.
Also, when I was looking it up for the date, it was like Carmilla is a gothic whatever about vampires with sapphic undertones, and I'm like, undertones?
Yeah.
I read you some of the quotes. They were overtones.
Yeah, talk about lack of subtlety.
Like they're literally saying I love you to each other and like I would die for you.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, you would die for me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, Tom, any resounding thoughts on this?
It was fun.
Yeah, do you want to read Dracula for this?
We could, yeah.
Yeah, we've both been talking about reading it for a while and we do own it, so
Yeah, we probably should.
yeah, the recording might take longer than like 25 minutes, but
Yeah, this one's probably pretty short.
all right, well, thanks everyone for listening to our little quickie, our little novella of Carmilla.
It was fun.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Psych, we're back. We're
Psych.
back with Dracula. We didn't leave you hanging with just Carmilla.
Oh yeah, we're doing a two-parter.
Well, yeah, I think so. We're doing a two-parter.
Well, in preparation for this one, we decided to turn the lights down low and light a candle.
Yes, we have the ambiance in here for Dracula.
So
Some
we invite
more-
you to join us in creating your own little ambiance at home.
for some 1800s vampires.
Mm-hmm.
This one, specifically because we did talk about it last time with Carmilla, is from 1897.
Ooh.
So still the 1800s. It's written by Bram Stoker.
Mm-hmm.
The classic Dracula,
Bram Stoker, as they call him.
apparently. Before we start off, I want to preface that this book is written in a series of the characters' journals.
Okay.
So the characters are like always writing these journal entries and we're reading their journals. So usually they're like writing the events of the day that has happened.
All right.
So we start with Jonathan Harker's journal. We have Sir Jonathan here. He's not a sir. I just called him that.
Jonathan Harker.
Jonathan Harker.
Gotcha.
Yes. He is traveling to Transylvania from London. Transylvania is in the east somewhere.
Uh-huh.
East of London, at least. And he is looking for Count Dracula, I suppose.
I think it's like a vaguely Slavic nation.
Yes. So Dracula has actually sent for him. So Jonathan arrives at a hotel that he had directed him to. There's a letter waiting for him, and that a carriage will be there for Jonathan to bring him to Count Dracula's castle.
Why'd Count Dracula send for him?
Well, maybe we'll find out if you listen to the book.
Oh, okay.
So the townspeople are pretty agitated about this, that there's like news from Dracula and he's gonna be like sending a carriage. They're like, ooh. I think one of them gives Jonathan like a cross to wear on a necklace just in case.
Oh, so they know.
Yeah, maybe. Well, no one tells him. So
that's kind of funny.
yeah, so he's on a coach and the driver of this one works directly for Dracula. So we assume. And it's a very spooky ride. There are wolves howling. There's spooky noises. And we arrive at a vast ruined castle.
Ooh.
So, it seems Jonathan is some sort of clerk, and he is here to discuss London real estate. So, we meet with Count Dracula. He is tall, he has a white mustache, he's wearing all black clothes, he's pale, he has cold skin, but a very strong handshake, and he has some sharp teeth. And because we arrived quite late, he feeds Jonathan supper, but Dracula doesn't join. He says he already ate, because it's quite late.
Oh.
Yes.
That's very polite of him.
Mhm.
I wonder if Jonathan is smitten already. Tall, dark, and handsome.
Uh-huh. But the next
Well,
afternoon...
pale and handsome, I guess.
Yeah, well, he has the dark clothes.
Yeah. Dark aesthetic.
Yes. So the next afternoon, because everyone slept late, Jonathan and Dracula meet in the library. Dracula loves England, apparently. He's read all about it, and he has bought a house there, and Jonathan is here to finalize that sale. So, like, he works for the real estate guy.
Okay.
So, the next day, though, Jonathan starts to feel uneasy around Dracula, because he's kind of creepy.
Whatever do you mean?
Well, Jonathan sees him through a mirror while he's shaving, but he actually doesn't see him through the mirror. Dracula isn't there. And that's,
Yeah, that's alarming.
Yeah, and then Jonathan's like, am I a prisoner in this castle? Because all the doors are locked. I can't leave.
Dracula's like, no, you just need to finalize my sale and all of the doors will
Yeah.
magically unlock.
So, we're a little concerned about that. So, what else would you do but chat with your captor? So,
Yeah.
Jonathan starts to learn about Transylvanian history, Dracula's rich family history, and some of Dracula's plans for business in London. He's like, oh yeah, I'm going to set up all these contacts and do blah, 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 blah. Great.
What kind of business is Dracula in?
I don't know, man. I could not tell you.
I wonder if it's something like farming.
Farming what?
People.
Yeah, and then Dracula says Jonathan will stay one more month with him. And he's like, why? We could finalize your sale. Why do I have to stay here? And Dracula's like, whatever you're saying. It's very creepy and just kind of like what Dracula says goes.
This is, Dracula, you're really coming on to this guy. You're gonna live here now.
So one night, Jonathan is looking out his window because he's like, I'm a captor. And he sees...
Captive.
Yes, I'm a captive. That's right, Dracula is the captor.
Yeah.
And he sees Dracula crawl down the castle wall like a lizard.
That's just a funny image.
It is a funny image, but he's like, what is going on here?
I mean, maybe not funny if you see it yourself.
It's probably pretty creepy.
Yeah.
So Jonathan has been writing letters, but like he can't post them himself. He has to like have Dracula post them, and he also probably reads them. So he can write in shorthand, and he writes to his friend Mina, being truthful, but again, Dracula's probably not sending his letters.
Yeah.
And he warns Jonathan to only sleep in his room. It's dangerous. For example, one night he naps on a couch just to be spiteful to Dracula.
Uh-huh.
And he dreams/sees 3 spooky women with sharp teeth. One of them comes forward and bites his neck. But then Dracula is there warding her off and saying Jonathan belongs to him.
Ooh.
Raises eyebrows suggestively.
Like I said, coming on very strong.
Yeah, but anyway, those ladies maybe go eat a child instead.
In the dream? He sees them eat a child?
I think there's like a child in a sack.
That's terrifying.
There's something in a sack. It's heavily implied it's a child.
Well, I guess that's how the townsfolk stay alive.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, so one day Jonathan tries to get his letters out through some traveling merchants. He tosses them out his window to them.
Okay.
But that's a flop because they give them to Dracula.
Well.
He's like, hey, here's some letters.
Here's some letters for you to put the stamp onto, please.
Yeah. But Dracula hates shorthand. Luckily, he had written the truthful letter in shorthand, but he can't read it apparently. So Dracula removes Jonathan's paper. He's like, nope, bad boy, no more paper for you. Locks him in his room, and he actually has Jonathan post fake letters. Like he like makes Jonathan write these letters that like aren't really truthful about when he's being allowed to leave.
Oh, so Jonathan's being a naughty boy in Dracula's eyes.
Yes, and poor Jonathan's like, my days are numbered.
Yeah,
Right.
he's literally a kidnapped.
Yeah. So another night, Jonathan sees a woman approach the castle crying about her child, and then Dracula sends wolves on her.
Yep.
Yikes.
How dare you interrupt my 3 women's feast.
Another day, Jonathan is sneaking around. I think he tried like sneaking out of his window and climbing around the castle walls like Dracula does.
That's a terrible idea.
Well, he did it, and he finds an old chapel/graveyard with coffins, and Dracula sleeping in one of them, and he's not breathing. Maybe sleeping. He's there in the coffin.
Uh-huh.
And Jonathan's like, oh, okay.
And this is in the evening?
It would be during the day, because he never sees Dracula during the day.
Oh.
Like during the early morning, yeah. So, that was creepy. Anyway, so it's been about a month.
Yeah.
Just of these, being his captor, chatting with him. They
Captive.
do chat a lot.
You said captor again. Captive.
I'm sorry. Those words are too similar. But anyway, we've had this situationship for a month now. And Dracula says we're leaving tomorrow.
To where?
I don't know,
Count
man.
Dracula?
I don't know. But Jonathan is still seeing those creepy women around.
Mm-hmm.
So the next morning, Jonathan, he sneaks out again to see Dracula in his coffin again, who has blood-stained lips and is looking youthful. More youthful now than he was before.
He's had a good feast.
It's a good feast. So Jonathan attacks him with a shovel. Or he tries to attack him with a shovel, but Dracula looks too scary, so he leaves.
Come on, Jonathan, don't you know it's a wooden stake?
No, he doesn't know, actually.
How would he? This book hasn't been written yet.
Yeah. So Jonathan, yeah. All right. So, now we're leaving Jonathan for a little while.
Oh, okay.
And we see some letters between Lucy and Mina. You
Who
remember?
Who are these people?
Well, Mina was the friend that Jonathan was writing to.
Okay.
Okay. And
What about Lucy?
we'll find out about her.
Okay.
So Mina is engaged to Jonathan.
Oh,
They are
that's
fiancés,
unfortunate.
actually. And she is expecting him home in about 1 week, according to his letters. Remember, these are the kind of the fake letters that Dracula had posted.
Yeah.
We have no idea what's going on with Jonathan now, and we're not going to find out.
Mhm.
So, Mina and Lucy are like childhood friends, and they're like just gossiping. Lucy says 3 men proposed to her in 1 day, which was like so exciting for her, but she accepted one of them, and she's quite happy about it, but kind of wishes she could have all of them.
She wants a harem.
Yeah, I mean, you have 3 men propose to you in 1 day. She's like, oh, it's too bad I had to reject 2 of them. I wish I could have all 3.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. All right, so those are a couple letters between Mina and Lucy just chit-chatting. And now we are introduced to another character, Dr. Seward. And
Wait. Dr. Seward?
Seward.
Seward.
Seward, you think?
Seward?
That's how I was saying it in my head.
Seward sounds like it's a euphemism for the C word.
Okay, we'll say Dr. Seward.
Seward.
Like the sewer.
Yeah.
Dr. Sewer.
Dr. Seward.
Yeah. So he has he has an asylum that he's in charge of.
Mm.
And we track a lot of like a mentally unwell patient that he has.
Those places are historically terrible in
Well,
this time period.
yeah. Well, yeah. And then we also see a couple of letters between 2 more characters, Quincy and Arthur. We're kind of just being introduced to the rest of the cast now.
Who are Quincy and Arthur? Just random people?
Well, Arthur is newly engaged to Lucy.
Oh.
So the one that she accepted. He's hosting a dinner party and he's inviting Quincy over. Quincy is his friend.
Okay.
All right, so we're back to Mina's journal.
Right.
And Mina has gone to visit Lucy's seaside home, which I think is in Scotland. So she's going to visit Lucy, and they're socializing. Also, quick note on the timeline right now. Jonathan was at Dracula's castle during May and June, and Mina is now in the beginning of August. So we're like, what happened to the entire month of July? I don't know. Mina is sad because she hasn't had any letters from Jonathan, and she misses him.
Mina, I've got terrible news. Jonathan's gay.
He's not come back for you.
He liked Dracula too much.
Yeah. All right, so back to Dr. Seward. We see him treat that patient through June and July also. So after this, we're kind of on a more linear timeline, but there's a tiny bit of a time jump there.
Okay.
Also, Dr. Seward is into Lucy. I think he might have been one of the ones who proposed and got rejected. Not clear. Anyway, so back to Mina. She only got the fake letter from Dracula about Jonathan returning home, right? Like a month ago now. So now she's pretty worried. And we're up in Scotland with Lucy, right? And there's a big storm, and a ship with only a dead captain tied to the wheel comes in. So a ship blows in, there's no one on the ship except the captain, who is tied to the wheel and dead.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh, okay. So, we read this captain's logbook throughout July. So this is the one thing that happens in this book in July. And it shows that the crewmen were going missing one by one, and they think there's an apparition, a thin, scary man on board. And the first mate apparently threw himself off of the ship instead of meeting this fate of this apparition. So the captain wrote the log and then tied himself to the wheel and I guess died of exposure because he had like a rosary and a cross in his hands to ward off something. But that's how we came to be here with no crew and only a dead captain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of creepy.
Kind of?
Extremely creepy.
Yeah.
So, Lucy sleepwalks a lot. Like every day, Mina often has to put her back to bed. It's quite concerning. And one night, she's not in her bed, or the entire house. And that's concerning, because she hasn't put on any clothes. Sometimes while she sleepwalks, she starts to get dressed to do whatever her sleepwalking brain wants to go do.
Okay.
But this time, like, she hasn't put on any clothes. Like, none of her clothes are out of order. She's still in her dressing gown, and Mina's like, oh my god, where is she? So she goes looking. It's an eerie night, and Mina finds Lucy with a figure bent over her with a white face and red eyes, and her neck is bleeding a little bit.
Oh.
And Mina's like, oh my god, Lucy, are you okay? Let's go home, girly pop. So
The figure just ran?
it, like, disappeared.
Disappeared.
Yeah.
Turned into a bat, one might say.
Oop. Well. So for the next several days, Mina ensures that the doors and windows are locked, and Lucy does keep trying to get out while asleep. So
Okay.
it's like lock the doors and windows so she can't, like, sleepwalk herself outside and into danger.
Right.
Even though we don't know of any supernatural danger at this point, it's more of the being outside in your nightdress at night.
Yeah, not a great idea.
Not a great idea.
For a young woman in the
Yeah.
1800s.
Yeah. But poor Lucy, she seems to be getting ill, and those pinpricks in her neck aren't healing.
Oh.
So, alright, so mid-August now, and Mina hears from Jonathan.
Finally.
Right? He's not dead. That's shocking.
That is shocking. Well, I mean,
Apparently he has been ill.
sure.
So Mina's going to travel to go help tend to him. So, like, she's heard word from him at whatever hospital, and she's going to go travel to that hospital.
Okay.
He has apparently been in his hospital with a brain fever.
A brain fever.
Yeah, in the 1800s, I think that's a euphemism for just a psychotic break, mental illness,
Should I take a moment to Google it?
/ maybe physical illness.
Should I?
Sure, you
Okay.
can look up what did brain fever mean in the 1800s.
Okay, according to Wikipedia, brain fever or cerebral fever is an outdated medical term that was used as a synonym for frenzy, beginning in the early 19th century medical literature. Supposedly, the brain becomes inflamed and causes a variety of symptoms, most notably mental confusion, and can lead to death. Uh-huh. It typically describes a potentially life-threatening illness brought about by a severe emotional upset, and much less often fatal than in medicine.
Okay, so he had a trauma and he has PTSD. Perhaps?
Madness, more likely.
Yeah, he went mad.
Yeah.
That's rough. So, Dr. Seward's diary. His patient Renfield escaped, but we got him back. Apparently, Renfield wants to return to his master. Question mark? Not sure who that is.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so a letter from Mina to Lucy, because now Mina is off traveling. Mina got to Jonathan, and he doesn't seem to remember his trauma. He gives his journal, right, so the journal we spent a few minutes discussing.
Yep.
He gives that to Mina, but he doesn't want to know what's in there because he's like, I forgot it on purpose.
Forgot it on purpose, eh?
Oh, he was traumatized, so he has selective amnesia.
Uh-huh.
So Mina vows not to read it either.
That's dumb.
Well,
She should read it.
It's more of like she doesn't want to break his confidence or for him to think he was crazy. She's just trying to help him get better. So she doesn't want him to, like, relive anything.
Okay, but why can't she just read it in private and tell him that she's reading it in private and won't tell him anything?
I think it's just like, standing in solitude kind of thing. Standing in, that's not the right word. Solidarity. There we go.
Okay.
So anyway, Mina and Jonathan get married, so that's cool.
Alright. Right there in the hospital.
Yeah, pretty much, actually. So we hear from Lucy, and apparently Lucy and Arthur are going to get married next month. So that's good. Back to Dr. Seward. Renfield continues to escape and get recaught. He's really weird. Okay.
Have they tried locking the doors?
Yeah, apparently you just get past them.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they haven't tried locking the doors, I don't know. They don't
How
have
about
very good
barring them?
They don't have very good security, apparently.
Clearly.
Alright, so a quick excerpt from Lucy's diary. She is suffering from neck pains and she can't feel like she can get enough air. So Arthur writes to Dr. Seward, they're friends I guess, that Lucy is ill.
Uh-huh.
And Dr. Seward says that I think he saw Lucy and she is ill and it is like some weird symptoms. She's pale and tired and she like is pale and tired like she is anemic but she has healthy blood but like not enough of it. So it's like kind of weird anemia symptoms.
Oh, she just needs to drink some blood.
Oh, no, she doesn't have enough of it
Yeah, so
in her veins.
she needs to get more into her system.
Yeah, well, she doesn't you don't drink the blood, that won't get it into your veins, that gets into your digestive system. Probably.
I mean, your digestive system puts things into your blood. So,
Does it?
yeah.
Okay, well. So anyway, Dr. Seward even calls in a colleague to come check as well. He thinks this is quite serious.
Okay.
Dr. Seward, quick update on Renfield, his patient. He's agitated by the sun, and he likes catching and eating flies and mice. Yeah. All right.
That's totally healthy and normal.
Well, yeah. All right, so Lucy's health is going up and down, until finally it is getting quite serious. Dr. Seward and his colleague, Van Helsing.
Van Helsing?
Van Helsing. It's a film.
It is a film.
Is it a Dracula film?
It looks like a vampire hunter film.
That, you know what, that would make sense. Van Helsing is a movie about a vampire hunter, which makes sense considering this novel.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Seward and Van Helsing, he's also a doctor, they decide she needs a blood transfusion
Right.
because she doesn't have enough blood. So we're going to get it from Arthur. Blood types, never heard of her. And apparently it helps. So the doctors see the 2 punctures on her neck, and Dr. Seward keeps a vigil for a couple of nights, and Lucy is improving. They gave her a bunch of blood from Arthur.
Okay. Luckily they had the same blood type, I guess.
Blood types, never heard of her, as we shall see. Though one night, again, Dr. Seward was keeping a vigil for a couple nights, but then one night he wasn't, and the next day she's pale again, and ill again. And this time Dr. Seward gives her a transfusion. Blood types, never heard of her.
Right. Is everyone O?
Must be.
Like,
It is the most common blood type, so I hear.
apparently.
So Van Helsing, he gets a bunch of garlic to hang around Lucy's room, and Dr. Seward is like, what? But Van Helsing is like, trust me, it'll help.
Bro, you can't just say that. What do you mean, trust me, it'll help?
Literally, that's what he says.
Alright.
Alright, so we're feeling more confident that night, and we don't watch Lucy because of the garlic. Van Helsing is like, don't worry, it'll help. It'll keep her safe.
Okay.
But it turns out Lucy's mom had removed it because it smelled bad. Shocker. And Lucy's pale again that morning.
Ugh, women.
This time Van Helsing gives blood.
Okay.
We're just pumping this girl full of blood. We're just feeding Dracula vicariously.
Yeah, literally.
So, Lucy is having some diary entries, and they're kind of funny because she thinks she's been having great sleep and feeling better. She's like, oh, this is so great. I'm recovering from my illness. Meanwhile, these doctors are fighting for her life and, like, giving up their blood.
Yeah.
Oh, Lucy.
Oh,
She
Lucy.
doesn't know they're doing this.
How does she not?
Well,
She
they,
just
like-
unconscious every time?
yeah. Well, they do drug her so she won't wake up.
I guess.
Like, there is no consent. Even okay, this is like a whole thing because Arthur is like, it makes me feel closer to her, my love, to have my blood in her veins. And the doctor's like, don't tell him that their blood now is also in her veins. Like,
That's
medical ethics, never heard of her.
so glad we have malpractice now.
So also, we note from Lucy's diary that there have been some bats flapping angrily at her window after the garlic was replaced and the mom was warned not to remove it.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's some bats flapping. They're like, "Rah."
Multiple?
Yeah,
Interesting.
interesting.
I mean, alright. Here's an interesting thing about, like, vampires, right?
Yeah.
Like, if they can turn into a bat, how does their mass work with that? Like, conservation of mass tells us that they would have to have an equal amount of mass in that bat as in their humanoid form,
Sure.
right?
But they are vampires.
I mean, yeah, you could hand wave it and say, "Oh, magic did it," you know.
Okay. You
but-
don't want to, clearly.
But like, if they became a swarm of bats, that would be a rather interesting thing, right?
Distribute the mass.
Yeah, distribute the mass, and it would be a hive mind, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. All right, check back in on Dr. Seward's patient, Renfield.
Uh-huh.
He attacked Dr. Seward, cut his wrist with a knife.
Uh-huh.
Where'd he get a knife? I don't know. And then he lapped the blood from Dr. Seward off of the floor. So he bled a bit on the floor, and Renfield's like, yummy, yep, yep, yep. So that's, going great.
All right. This place needs
Better
updated security. Oh,
He keeps escaping. He has a knife.
oh my God. Like, you'd think that for, like, an insane asylum back in those days, they'd understand that the insane can be dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Just something about this book and Carmilla as well, old books, they're so just... I feel like I'm tripping the whole time
Yeah.
reading these.
You're like, why would you make this decision?
I'm like,
and
what
then
is
you
going
remember,
on?
oh, they're just dumb.
Yeah. All right, so our next entry is a memorandum left by Lucy. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, so she's dead now?
Well, let's see. So one night, when none of the doctors were there watching her, she was having trouble sleeping.
Right.
And her mom came in, and they were, like, laying in bed together.
Uh-huh. Did her mom remove the garlic again?
No. But, the bat was flapping at the window, as usual.
Yeah.
And then a wolf breaks in through the window.
Oh.
So mom dies of a heart attack. She had a weak heart that they'd been talking about. She had a weak heart. So she dies of the shock.
Okay.
And then the servants are drugged.
Wait, what? Why?
The servants have been drugged
How?
in the wine. Someone put drug in the wine.
Okay.
Servants have been drugged.
Thank you, Renfield.
Yeah, and then Lucy... wait, Renfield's not here.
Is this not the insane asylum?
No. Lucy lives in, like, Scotland.
Oh.
This is not the same place.
I just assumed it was the mental asylum because, like, they have such poor security already.
No, so the mental asylum is actually Dr. Seward's house.
Okay.
He, like, lives there.
Sure.
And this is, like, Lucy's house.
You ever heard of separation of work and life?
Well, they haven't.
Work-life balance.
They haven't heard of medical ethics, they haven't heard of blood types, and they haven't heard of separation of work-life balance.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So anyway, Lucy has a weird period of memory loss, and then feels weak. And then she writes this in case she doesn't survive the night. Because she feels really, like, weak.
Okay.
And also her mom's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, over to Dr. Seward's diary. He and Van Helsing come to find them the next morning. They find the drug servants, the dead mom, and the still alive Lucy, but barely alive Lucy. So, Arthur had sent a friend over to check on Lucy because he hadn't heard for a couple days, Quincy,
Uh-huh.
which is good because Lucy needs some blood. So we transfer his blood too over to Lucy.
Okay. Are the doctors like, don't tell Arthur?
Yeah, pretty much. And we continue to watch Lucy for a couple more nights. Are her teeth getting sharper?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So, now we see a couple of letters from Mina to Lucy that are unopened. Uh-oh. So, we hear that Jonathan is recovering more. He and Mina have returned home, somewhere in England, probably.
Okay.
So he's, like, well enough to return home.
Yeah.
We have a report about Renfield. He escaped again and attacked someone. Great.
As usual.
Yeah, another letter from Mina to Lucy. That's also unopened. A friend of theirs died. And after the funeral in London, Mina is going to go try and visit Lucy.
Okay.
So, back to Dr. Seward. Lucy's not doing too hot. When she is asleep, she, like, pushes the garlic away. Right? She's, like, unconsciously pushing it away. And when she's awake, she holds it close. She's kind of, like, of two minds. She's hardly eating. Her teeth are getting sharper. Poor Arthur, his dad also just died. So, Van Helsing seems to think she will die soon. And then she does.
Okay.
She dies. Lucy dies.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So is Dr. Seward just like going back and forth from Scotland to London constantly?
I'm not sure.
Is he just getting
It's probably
correspondence about
closer.
what Renfield is doing?
Well, I have to assume his house and Lucy's house are closer because they were friends.
So he's not in London then?
I don't think so. I only think Lucy's in Scotland. It could be that, they're all kind of close together. I do know that Van Helsing is Dutch, though, and we had to, like, call him in.
Okay.
Yeah, they're probably closer than London and Scotland because that's far.
Yeah. I was like, Well, that's part of why I thought that Renfield was there, cause like
Yeah,
it only
that's
make
yeah.
it only makes sense that it's close.
Yeah, I think it's like they're not in London. Maybe they're just somewhere in I don't know, they're in England somewhere. They don't really tell you.
Gotcha.
But anyway, back to Lucy being dead. R.I.P. Van Helsing says this is not the end. So,
Uh-oh.
yeah, Lucy and her mom's funeral is in a couple of days. And Lucy is a shockingly beautiful corpse.
That's a very
Concerning?
that's a very odd thing to assert.
Like, multiple people are like, she's more beautiful now than she was when she was alive.
That's weird.
While she was wasting away.
That is a really weird thing to say at someone's funeral.
Yeah. So Van Helsing is like, we should lay garlic and a cross on her, and then later cut off her head and remove her heart.
Van
He doesn't say
Helsing,
why.
Van Helsing, can you just be honest with everyone around here?
Absolutely not.
Like, just like very clearly something odd is going on. I know you're gonna sound crazy when you say it, but like, you've got the evidence right in front of you.
Yeah. Well, no, he does not have any evidence. What evidence does he have?
The bite marks, the current progression of Lucy.
That could just be a random illness.
Really,
Yes.
really now.
We need evidence.
Her
Oh,
teeth
don't
are
worry.
getting sharper.
We'll get the evidence. So anyway, back to Mina. So she and Jonathan
He
were,
did. Hang on, no. He didn't need evidence to just put garlic up in her room, did he?
Yeah, but just putting garlic up in your room is kind of less severe than like desecrating a corpse.
Yeah, and he's just like, just do it, just trust me, and isn't saying anything about why.
Well, yeah, they don't do it. They don't actually do it.
Yeah, because he doesn't explain anything to them.
Tom, move past this book's weird logic and let me continue the plot.
No, I'm upset.
Sometimes they talk about doing things and they don't actually do them.
Yeah, but like at the very least, Van Helsing, like you're very clearly a vampire hunter. Can you just tell them like this
Not yet.
is something very bad. I need to take care of it.
No one's gonna believe him.
And you know what? If no one's gonna believe you, then just go and do the things that you need to do to her corpse anyways.
Yeah, he's
Like on your own,
No.
without them knowing.
Tom, again, you can't insert your logic into these novels. Can I move on about Mina?
Yeah.
Thank you, darling. So, she and Jonathan were out and about when Jonathan is freaked out because he sees a tall, thin man with a black mustache. And he says it's the Count?
Hi, Dracula.
So Mina's really worried because Jonathan's freaked out. So she says she's going to go read Jonathan's journal from before his illness to, like,
Finally.
try to
Oh
help
my
him.
God.
So she does that, and we receive news of Lucy's death. So that's a bummer.
That is a bummer.
So, anyway, funeral, we did all that.
Hmm.
A couple of reports we see of kids are being lured away at night by a bloofer lady, according to the kids.
A what
And-
lady?
Bloofer lady.
What does that mean?
I looked it up, and it is a child's way of saying beautiful lady.
Oh.
Bloofer lady. And so anyway, so these children are like lured away by this bloofer lady, and they return the next morning with bites in their neck.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So anyway,
Hey, Van Helsing, do you
No
remember
re-
that proof I was just talking about?
no reason to worry about that. All right, so back to Mina. So she read Jonathan's journal, and she's quite unnerved.
Yeah,
That was some creepy stuff.
reasonably so.
Yes, but she's unsure if it was like the brain fever. Like, did he hallucinate any of this?
This is before he developed it, hun.
Could have been like during the development. You don't know how long it took. But anyway, Van Helsing wants to come see Mina because he knows that she and Lucy were friends.
Okay.
So they visit. And he reads through Mina's journals of her accounts with Lucy, like the sleepwalking and all that, and he seems to become more sure of something. And then Mina gives him Jonathan's journal to read as well, because she's worried about his illness returning, like the brain fever and all that.
Okay.
And from Jonathan's journal, so Jonathan's writing again, he is so relieved when Van Helsing said what happened in his journal was true. Because again, he was half convinced that he, like, couldn't trust his own senses.
Uh-huh.
But Van Helsing is like, no, what you experienced is real. This is serious.
Uh-huh. Thank you,
Okay.
Van Helsing.
Mm-hmm.
Yet
All right.
again, asserting something without any evidence.
Well, yeah. So we're going to check back in with Dr. Seward. And Van Helsing is trying to explain vampires now. to Dr. Seward.
Uh-huh.
And he's like step by step telling him that he needs to think beyond the confines of science because there are many things that men don't understand. Teehee, like vampires.
Right.
So, and Van Helsing says the kids with the neck wounds are caused by Lucy. He's like assuming this, that Lucy has turned into a vampire and is like hunting these kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but poor Dr. Seward, he's a man of logic, so he is having a hard time believing this.
No, he's not. Just
Well,
straight up, no, he's not.
He's not a good man of logic, but he is having a hard time believing this.
Okay, that I can believe. He is not a man of logic.
Yeah. Well, that night, to help prove it, Dr. Seward and Van Helsing visit Lucy's grave.
Uh-huh.
Her coffin is empty.
Right.
That's awkward.
That
but,
is awkward.
you know, that could be caused by a number of things besides vampirism.
Uh-huh.
So, we also find an unconscious child in the area. That's total coincidence as well.
Sure.
So, the next day, they go back during the day to check in on Lucy's grave, and she is in the coffin, and she's not decayed at all.
Mm-hmm.
Her like, body, it's not decayed at all.
Yep.
And she has sharp teeth.
Yep.
So, Dr. Seward is like, oh, maybe something weird is going on. Maybe I believe you.
Maybe we should cut off her head and remove her heart.
Well, instead of killing her then,
Right.
instead of doing this, Van Helsing decides that they need to ask Arthur's permission to do this.
I mean...
You did so much without telling Arthur, and now you want to kill the Lucy vampire, and you decide the best thing to do is to traumatize her fiancé?
Well, not only that, but, like, they so clearly don't actually care about consent.
No! But they do this. The next day, they ask Arthur if they can cut off his dead fiancé's head. And that goes as poorly as you might expect.
He says no.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you?
But Arthur agrees to at least, like, visit the grave with him, because he does, like, trust Van Helsing. He's known him for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And he also brings his friend Quincy along.
Right.
Okay. So that night, we bring them to the graveyard.
Yeah.
And we see Lucy's empty coffin. And Arthur's like, where's my wife?
Uh-huh.
So,
Reasonable question.
Yeah. So we wait around. And then we see Lucy,
Uh-huh.
vampire Lucy, returning with a child, and she drinks its blood.
Yes.
So that's like, yep, there she is, doing evil things.
Doing the vampire stuff.
Doing vampires. So we fend her off with a cross, and Arthur's like, oh my god, yeah, kill her, jeez.
Yeah.
Right.
Reasonable
So great.
reaction.
We got consent now. So the next day they go back to her grave when she is snoozing in her coffin again.
I want to pause for a second.
Yeah.
Hey, Van Helsing, do you see how easily you got proof?
Yeah, well,
Like...
it wasn't that easy. It took like a whole chapter. He had to like convince people and like convince them to go visit the grave, and it was like a whole thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it wasn't that hard, I suppose.
No, it wasn't.
All right, so the next day, during the day, because again these vampires return to their coffin, there she is, and they decide to have Arthur stake her because again we want to give this man more trauma.
Yep.
But we're like, he has the right to do it because it's his fiance, and
Yeah.
doing this will like free her soul. So the whole idea is that when you're a vampire, your soul is like unwillingly stuck on Earth in this demonic state, and when you kill a vampire, the soul is free to go up to heaven.
Oh, so now they want to give lore.
What?
Now they want to give lore.
Yeah. Well,
Interesting.
they've been given lore.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, poor Arthur. He does that.
Yeah.
So Lucy's now actually dead, no longer demon undead.
You'd hope.
Yeah, so that's nice. And Van Helsing says now we have to deal with the one who created her. That was just the mini boss.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so Mina comes back into town, and she and Dr. Seward share diaries, Jonathan's, the whole ordeal. Jonathan's here too. Everyone's like up to date on everything everyone knows. Okay. So Dr. Seward realizes that Dracula bought the house next door to him. That's the house that Jonathan sold to him. He's living next door to us at this insane asylum.
Yo, Renfield.
Yeah, so
Where are
like,
you going every night? Next door?
Yeah, we literally figured this out because his comings, Dracula's comings correspond with when Renfield is acting up. So he's like drawn to Daddy.
Daddy? Is that what we're calling him now?
Oh, that's what I wrote in my book. That's my notes.
I want to suck your blood. Daddy.
Okay, so anyway, Dracula's house is next door, so that's something. And we're gonna start. We're like making a plan to take down Dracula now.
Oh.
So, Jonathan, he's been tracking what Dracula shipped from Transylvania
Right.
because he does remember that there was like business that he had to do some shipping. Mina's update. Arthur and Quincy have arrived as well. Mina comforts Arthur because, dead fiance and all that.
Yeah.
From Dr. Seward, he sees that Mina wants to visit his bug-eating patient, Renfield. And Renfield is now having like a curiously coherent conversation, full of logic. And we're like, are you okay, Renfield?
He's like, yeah, never better.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Anyway, Van Helsing is back. I guess he like went back to the Netherlands to visit.
Hmm.
So we got the whole gang here. Okay, so Van Helsing lectures on vampires slash Nosferatu.
Mm.
So they are super strong. They can practically teleport. They can just like become mist and move.
Yeah.
They can command nocturnal animals. So like I think they can like turn into bats and stuff, but they can also like just command rats and bats and
And tell them what
wolves.
to do.
Yeah.
The turning into mist is a really cool thing from mythology that I like.
Yeah. Well, I mean the idea is that like they can slip through like the smallest gap.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like they become shadows. Vampires also are only strong at night, and they will not die if they have access to blood. They're undead, right?
Yeah.
And they must have permission to enter a house, and they're also vulnerable when they're snoozing in their coffin.
How how did Dracula get permission to enter Lucy's room then?
She must have let him in while she was sleepwalking. He's like, hey, can I come in? And she's like, sure, whatever, bruh. Also, she was also sleepwalking like out of her house to maybe go get her blood sucked.
I'm talking about when she was in the hospital.
No, that was just in her house the whole time.
Okay.
He probably had permission from Lucy
Okay.
or from the mom or one of the servants. Who knows?
Sure.
All right. So then the men are like, "Hey, Mina, you can't come with us. You're a delicate woman."
And
So
what
that's
does
great.
she say to that?
She's like, "Okay."
You
Good
know
idea.
what? Good for her.
She's like, "Whatever."
She's like, you know what? I want no part in this.
Honestly, Mina was kind of like instrumental to them figuring out a lot of the information because she was the one who like collected all the diaries and put together all the information.
Okay.
So she's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
she's like implied to be like really smart and like making all these connections, but they're like, we can't risk you, Mina. You have to stay here because they're gonna go break into Dracula's house
Yeah.
next door.
Please tell me they do it during the day.
Well, hold on. First, we stop by to see Renfield,
Okay.
who's still talking pretty logically, and he's like, "Pretty please, can I be let out tonight? You see how sane I am?" We're not convinced. He's being kind of creepy. He then calls Dracula his lord and master.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so Jonathan's journal. The boys break into Dracula's house, presumably during the day, and they're searching around for his chapel slash his coffin slash the dirt he brought from home. So what I think happened is a little unclear, a little confusing to me as I read this, is that I think he didn't bring his coffin from home. I don't think you can transport that. Instead, what he brought were like 20 boxes of Transylvanian dirt. And that is fulfilling the same purpose of like his safe refuge slash refueling place.
Okay.
So there's 20 boxes of dirt.
That he just sleeps on?
Yeah. He only needs like one of them, but he brought like 20 over for safety.
Just in case it gets a little too scattered about.
Yeah, exactly.
And I need to fill the entire basement.
Yeah. Okay. So we use dogs because we have to scare off some rats in the house, which is also like really dusty. We're feeling really good about leaving Mina behind. We're like, we saved that woman.
Okay,
Heck
but
yeah.
is it day or night?
It's the day.
Okay, good.
Actually, maybe it's night because it says they all rise late the next morning. I don't know. I didn't write it down.
These guys are dumb.
They are
if they're
kinda
going
dumb.
at night.
But even Mina rises late, and she's extra sleepy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Anyway, Renfield is grumpy that he wasn't let out last night. I guess it must have been night when they went. Maybe they went at night because they thought the house would be empty. Because Dracula would be out, doing his things.
Okay.
Yeah, even though, like, if they went during the day, he'd just be, like, snoozing in his dirt anyway, but whatever.
Yeah.
Alright,
And
so,
they'd just be able to cut his head off and remove his heart.
yep, but they don't do that. Anyway, Mina's journal. So, shockingly, she was anxious all night about the boys,
Right.
who went to go break into Dracula's house. And when she finally did sleep, she dreamed of mist coalescing into a creepy figure, and woke up very tired.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So she's not feeling refreshed the next morning either.
Mm.
Did the boys go break into Dracula's house, and then Dracula broke into her house?
But he needs
Maybe.
permission.
Yes, he does need permission, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Anyway, Jonathan's journal. So, we're off tracking those boxes of dirt. Because we found a few of them in Dracula's house, but, like, we have records that he shipped, like, 20 boxes of dirt over, but we need to find all of this dirt so we can... Like, apparently if we sterilize the dirt all at once, it'll leave Dracula weakened without refuge, so we can, like, attack him. So we need to get all this dirt.
Okay.
I swear, this part of the book turned into, like, a fetch quest for boxes of dirt. These
I feel
novels are
like
so weird.
I feel like it would be smart of Dracula to bring all of these boxes of dirt so that he could have multiple homes that
Oh
he
yeah, that's the
sleeps
thing. They're not all at his house. They found some of them, but not all of them.
in. Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe, but I still feel like at the same time you could just camp out Dracula's house and eventually he'll be sleeping there.
Yeah, but he's like too powerful, supposedly.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, Jonathan's off like tracking shipments and whatever. So we find another house that maybe Dracula bought and brought some dirt into. So we'll have to break into that house too.
Okay.
But that house is like more in the area. It'll be harder to break into. Jonathan is planning also to send Mina away back home to wherever she lives. They're all camping out at Dr. Seward's house right now. Because
Yeah.
yeah.
Girl, you need to leave.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna sneak into Dr. Seward's diary. He is chatting with Renfield, and apparently Renfield like won't mention the word drinking. Like he can't say it. He doesn't want to be burdened by souls, and he wants life in the future. Like maybe he wants to become human. But he is alive. He's not a vampire. He breathes.
He can't say the word drinking.
Yeah. Renfield's real weird.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah, and he is human.
He's a thrall.
Yeah, he's a thrall. Mm-hmm. All right. Also, that night, Renfield has an incident.
As usual.
Yeah, so it looks like he's bashed his head into the floor. He has a skull fracture and
Oh.
maybe a broken back.
That is a little bit more than the usual infraction.
Yeah, his usual like escaping incidents. He has a serious incident.
It's a
So-
little bit more serious than the time that he tried to slit his doctor's wrists.
Yeah, well, no, he successfully did that. So we go get Van Helsing, because he's a surgeon, to help save his life so we can ask him what happened.
Gotcha.
And so Renfield regains consciousness, but he is dying. And he tells them that the night they went to Dracula's house, he came to my window. And I invited him in.
Right. Thank you, Renfield.
Thank
Very
you,
cool.
Renfield. His master came and he let him in. That's how Dracula got in.
Do you think Renfield like got up to the window and was like, "Hi, Daddy.
Hey, Daddy!
Come on in."
So, and then Dracula later left. And this must have been when he got to Mina. So the next night, Dracula returned. And this time the patient tried to fight him off because apparently he likes Mina. Renfield and Mina have chatted a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
So he tried to fight Dracula off, and that's how he got injured.
Oh.
So we rush to Mina's room, the doctors Arthur and Quincy, and we find Dracula there actively drinking from Mina with Jonathan in a stupor, just kind of watching. So
that's kinky.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. Well, I wasn't going to say it.
Jonathan
Dracula?
in the cuck chair.
Yeah, Dracula also has Mina drinking from a wound in his chest.
Okay.
So there's whole lots of blood sucking happening here.
This has gotten beyond kinky.
So we chase Dracula away with some crosses.
Okay.
Okay. And Mina and Jonathan, they're awake again. And they're shaken, but they're okay. They're alive. And Mina says, maybe Dracula seemed like he was getting revenge on the men for going after him, right, by breaking into his house. So they were going to prey on Mina. And maybe Mina's under his thrall now, too, with the blood swapping? A little concerning.
I thought from lore that's how you make someone into a vampire. It's not just you drink their blood, they have to drink yours as well.
You see, that's what it is in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and maybe that's where it might become with Mina as well, but right now she's, under his thrall.
Okay.
And maybe, Lucy was as well before she died.
Maybe she just hasn't drank enough yet.
Yeah. They did get interrupted.
Yeah.
So, back to Jonathan's journal.
Okay.
So Renfield died. Dracula killed him on the way out.
How
And
nice of you, Dracula.
yeah, that's kind of rude. He killed your minion. He let you into the house. Like,
I mean,
rude.
to be fair, Renfield kind of needed to go.
Yeah, Renfield was wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so we decide to keep Mina in the loop now because before we were like, we shouldn't tell her more about the vampires because it might harm her delicate constitution. And now, like, well, she was attacked, so maybe we should keep her in the loop.
Mhm.
It's really just a lot of going back and forth on whether they should tell Mina or not.
Sure.
Okay, so the boys go to raid the other house.
Right.
Great. We're leaving Mina here, and we're gonna set up some protections. Okay, so we're gonna like do some things. So we have some holy water, and we're gonna like bless her with it, and we put it on her forehead, and it burns her. There's a mark on her. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's bad. Okay. So we also go to the house next door, Dracula's house, and we bless/sterilize the boxes of dirt there. So we did that. That's good.
Can't return there.
Nope. And we travel and break into the other house, and we find more boxes of dirt.
Okay.
We do the same thing, but there's one box missing.
Ah.
Yeah.
You'd think he'd have more than 3 spots.
Yeah. Well, one missing box. Okay. So Dr. Seward's diary. We are hanging out waiting for Dracula. Apparently, at this other house.
Right.
Like, we sterilized his dirt, and now we're just waiting for him. Great idea.
Sure.
And then Mina sends a letter / like a telegram, so like they get it quickly, and she says that she saw him leave the house next door and head in their direction. So they're waiting for him for some reason.
Yeah.
I guess they're gonna try to attack him. And he comes, and they don't have a plan of attack really. They just kind of waited around. But they do their best. They go at him with knives and crosses and stuff. But because they didn't really have a good plan, because they're idiots, Dracula is too quick and gets away. And he's taunting that he has more places to rest and he will come for the rest of their woman. Evil laugh.
Okay.
We return to Dr. Seward's house with Mina. And from Jonathan's journal, we learned that the others are taking shifts watching Jonathan's and Mina's room. So that, like, we don't let any more vampires in there.
Yeah.
And Mina is then like, Van Helsing, you should hypnotize me. And they do this. And I guess she can like share a mind with Dracula when she is hypnotized by Van Helsing.
Mina, how did you know this?
She was like, let's try it. You never know. And they try it. And she can like, he like asks her, like, what do you see? Nothing. What do you hear? I hear feet and water lapping. So they realize Dracula must be in his last box of dirt on a ship. So they think he's like fleeing. He's leaving England because they're after him and he doesn't like being hunted. So he's gonna go back to Transylvania.
Okay.
Okay. So Jonathan also notes that Van Helsing tells Jonathan to stay with Mina while they look for the ship. All right. So and from Mina we learn that she's grateful Jonathan stayed with her, but she recounts the boys' activities. They went to the shipyard, and they heard an account of a thin man paying for passage towards Transylvania, so out east.
Uh-huh.
And he had a large box boarded, perhaps as dirt.
Yeah.
And that boat has sailed.
Okay.
So he's out on the ocean somewhere. So Van Helsing convinces everyone to travel on land to go meet that ship, where it will dock, and then, ambush Dracula.
Yeah.
Okay. So, from Dr. Seward's diary, he and Van Helsing think Mina is under the thrall of Dracula, right?
Really?
Yeah. And they think that they might be able to communicate, the two of them. So, well, because, like, Mina can kind of access his mind, we think that he might be able to access her mind as well and learn what they're plotting against him.
Oh.
So, we can't speak openly again with Mina.
Okay.
Great. Mina also has slightly sharper teeth. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Jeez. All right, so Jonathan's journal. Mina has come to the same conclusion about they're like, you shouldn't tell me things.
Yeah.
So, like, they just separately reached this conclusion.
Smart girl.
Yes. But now she wants to come
What?
with them.
What? Why?
Well, because apparently she thinks Dracula could compel her to come anyway. Keep your enemies close and all that. So, they're worried that bringing her might harm their plans, but if we don't bring her, she'll come separately and work against them, perhaps. So we're just gonna bring her.
Just put her in a cage.
Yeah, these guys are kind of dumb.
Just put her in a cage at this point.
Yeah. All right, so Mina, we're like traveling, I guess, to meet the ship. She has more like freedom and clarity at sunset and sunrise. And that's like when they do the hypnotization. And like during the day and during the night, she's like kind of like out of it and in the thrall, all that.
Yeah.
But before they leave, she has them all swear to kill her / stake her if she's like too far gone because she wants her soul to like be freed. Because
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to
well, yeah.
do the vampire thing either.
Yeah. So, yeah, okay. So we've traveled for a few days and we're watching for this boat. Van Helsing is continuing to hypnotize Mina to get these reports. Arthur is not with them, but he's like sending them telegrams to like updates about this boat from somewhere else.
Hmm.
And we need the ship to arrive during the day. They need to time it so that they can ambush him during the day when he's weak.
How are they going to make the ship arrive during the day?
Bribery! Literally, they say thank goodness for bribery. Like, everyone, all these characters are, like, rich.
No, but I mean, like, it's on the ocean. How do you bribe them?
They can, like, bribe the harbor master to, like, not let them in if it's night. Apparently.
Why would that stop Dracula from leaving the ship anyways?
I think that
I mean, I know that vampires can't swim.
They can't, like, cross water.
They can't cross moving water,
Yeah.
which the ocean is.
Yeah. So, like, he wouldn't be able to leave the boat if it wasn't, like, docked.
Okay, but how is the harbor master gonna row out to them and say, "You're not allowed in"?
Maybe.
Okay, I guess.
I don't know how logistics worked in the 1800s.
Sure.
But, so they hear the ship is approaching at the next town, actually, not this town. Uh-oh. So
That's unfortunate.
yeah, we're gonna have to rush over to meet it. We think, like, Dracula might have seen Mina there waiting for them.
Uh-huh.
Wow, look at that. You brought her and it backfired. Okay, so we're rushing to the other town.
Yeah.
Mina's mind seems a little freer now. She's
Okay.
like, I don't know.
That's good.
So we go to the next town. It's harder to hypnotize Mina now.
Hmm.
And her hypnotizations, when they do get it, show like a steady ship. It's more smooth. Has it arrived? So we go to the boat. It has arrived. And Captain tells them that Dracula's box was already taken by a man. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It's already gone.
Renfield
arrived
got
late.
to it.
He also tells them that there was a lot of fog during the journey, and that's why they had skipped that town. It was probably Dracula causing the fog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
Alright.
you just gonna scroll over the fact that I said Renfield got to them, even though Renfield's dead?
Yeah, Renfield is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we consult with Mina what to do because she's really smart.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we think she might be leaking their plans to Dracula, but oh well. So, from Mina's journal, we find Mina logics her way to the river route that Dracula probably took. We know he's still on water because there is rocking, but we think he's on a river now.
Okay.
And we think that he's like taking a river back to...
Transylvania.
Yeah. For some reason, he has to be carried back. He can't like walk back himself. So that's why he's on this boat in his
Okay.
box. So the plan. So Arthur and Jonathan are going to chase Dracula in their own boat up the river. So they're going to be in their own boat going up the river, checking the boats that they pass for boxes of dirt.
Okay.
In the meanwhile, Quincy and Dr. Seward are going to guard the bank where they think Dracula will dock. So they're going to travel on land. And then Van Helsing and Mina are going to go to Castle Dracula to do stuff. Undeclared stuff at this point.
Okay.
Alright, so, update from Jonathan. He and Arthur are on the river, overtaking a lot of boats, none with the box of dirt. Dr. Seward traveling by land, right, with Quincy?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Mina's journal.
Ooh.
So, we're on the road with Van Helsing. The hypnotization still shows that, like, the darkness, the lapping water, the creaky wood. Great. Memorandum from Van Helsing.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. It's not as serious as Lucy's, because apparently Mina is too tired to write. She's sleepy in the day, she's awake at night, she's not eating. Mina's in a rough spot right now. So we arrive at Castle Dracula, and we camp outside. Van Helsing sets up a holy circle around Mina, and she can't cross it, because she's becoming more vampire-ish the closer they get to Transylvania. So, like, I guess vampirism is, a scale.
Okay.
She's becoming closer to a vampire.
Her teeth are getting sharper.
Yes. And that night they're visited by the Misty Ladies, the three Misty Ladies. And they are inside this holy circle and they can't cross it either, so they're protected.
That's good.
Alright. So from Jonathan and Dr. Seward's journal, check in with them.
Hmm.
They're fearful. They're approaching. Great. They're still on their boat. So Van Helsing, he leaves Mina at the camp that day, night, whatever time it is, and he enters the castle and he finds the chapel. I guess it's during the day because he finds the three snoozing misty ladies, and he stakes them. So
Good.
three misty ladies are gone, so that's good.
Good
Because
job.
they were eating children earlier in this book.
Yeah.
And he finds Dracula's coffin. So remember, he did not bring the coffin to England. He just brought his dirt.
Yes.
So he blesses and sterilizes the coffin so that Dracula can't return to it.
Hmm.
And then he leaves the castle. He finished his work there. And from Mina's journal, we see that they hike away from the castle. So that's good. And down a path, we see some traveling peasants with a big box. Oh my god, there's Dracula in his box. And we also see Quincy and Dr. Seward in pursuit. And then we see Arthur and Jonathan in pursuit too. We've all met up here chasing Dracula.
All right. Good job, guys.
Yeah, and we fight. So we're outnumbering these peasants who are transporting the box.
Hmm.
And then we get the box open, and we cut off Dracula's head and cut out his heart.
Plot twist: fake Dracula.
No, it was real.
Oh, okay.
Mina's no longer cursed. Her mark is gone.
Yay!
She's no longer, yay, she's not a thrall. Also, Quincy died. That's rough.
How
The
did
character we cared least about.
Quincy die? Just by the peasants?
Yeah, in the fight.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so now it is 7 years later. We have a mini epilogue of sorts. Jonathan and Mina have a son that they named Quincy, and he was born on the same day that the original Quincy died.
That's a weird coincidence.
That is a weird coincidence.
Does he have sharp teeth?
I think they're Normal's teeth.
Okay.
Yeah. Mina's she's good now.
That's good.
Yeah. And then Arthur and Dr. Seward are also happily married, not to each other unfortunately, but to random woman.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah. The end of the book.
The end.
The end. That was Dracula.
All
They
right.
got him in the end.
They did.
Mhm.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I didn't actually know the story of Dracula really. I knew enough vampire lore.
I mean,
So-
yeah, I was making jokes about vampire lore the entire
Well,
time.
yeah, we all knew vampire lore, but I didn't actually know what happened in the story of Dracula, the novel.
Uh-huh.
So it was actually kind of fun. I feel like I was reading this and I was like, this was kind of like a thriller.
Yeah, I remember you telling me at one point while you were reading it, before you actually, told me about it here, that you found it very creepy. It had good ambiance.
It had great ambiance. It was creepy. And again, it's like a thriller because, you spend 4 chapters learning about Jonathan and how he's super spooked out by being trapped at Dracula's castle, and then suddenly it's a month later, and poor Mina and Lucy have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
And you have no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
It's like an 1800s thriller. It's quite exciting.
All right. Well, I still think that they're all dumb and should have done what I said earlier.
Well, you always think that.
Yeah. It's a constant within all of these books.
Do you think Dracula's a YA novel?
No, Dracula's not a YA novel.
I
You know how I know Dracula isn't a YA novel?
How?
Dracula didn't end up with Lucy or Mina at the end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dracula actually died at the end.
Yeah.
I think they did know that even Dracula's face looked a tiny bit relieved when they killed him. His soul was released up to heaven.
He still went to heaven?
Well, I mean, yeah, his soul was, trapped by a demon. It's not his fault. It's, releasing him.
Okay.
Well, maybe he didn't go to heaven, but, released his soul. His soul is no longer trapped in monster Dracula form.
All right. That is a good thing.
Yeah. Also, I think I don't know enough about Christianity because I was a little bit confused if it was holy water, because sometimes I read it and it was holy wafer.
So the wafer is the body of Christ, quote unquote.
So in communion, the little crackers you eat.
Yeah,
Okay.
the little dry crackers.
Okay. You see, I think it might have been wafer the whole time, but F's and T's kind of look similar.
Okay.
So I was reading it as water because they use holy water in Buffy the Vampire Slayer too.
I mean, holy water would make more sense.
Yeah. It was either the holy wafer or the holy water.
Gotcha. I
They were
think
using
holy
something.
water is what is commonly said to be used.
Yeah. They were using something on him, on his boxes of dirt.
Something blessed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Once they started having these boxes of dirt, I thought it was pretty funny.
That is pretty
They're
funny.
just going around hunting for boxes of dirt. I'm like thinking of Captain Jack Sparrow.
I've got a box of dirt.
Exactly. This is Dracula with his dirt.
Yeah.
He's just like on a ship for a month in a box of dirt.
Is Davy Jones a vampire?
No,
He kept his heart in a jar of dirt.
that's true. He did, but he didn't keep his whole body in a jar of dirt.
I mean, who's to say Dracula wouldn't have survived with his heart outside of his body?
Well, I mean, part of the killing of Dracula was removing his heart.
You know, that's a good point, actually.
So I think actually staking and removing the hearts is what kills vampires, actually.
So then is Davy Jones immune to vampirism?
You know, we might never know, because as far as we know, there's no vampires in that universe.
You know what? We need to contact Disney right now.
And ask them to write Pirates of the Caribbean 6.
Pirates of the Caribbean
Vampires.
6. Dracula's here.
Yeah. What, Dracula's like open source now, right?
Yeah, sure.
You can use it. We just learned that there's a Van Helsing vampire hunter movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not like entirely based off of this novel, but you know, inspired.
I'm pretty sure it's... I mean, if Van Helsing is the, like, vampire guy in this novel, it's
what I mean is it's probably not the same story.
Oh,
but,
for sure not.
yeah.
I mean, I saw the poster. It looked like he was just, like, holding a crossbow and stuff. They didn't talk about crossbows at all in this book.
That's true. You remember ages ago when there was like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
Oh my god, don't remind me.
Well, didn't he use a crossbow in that movie?
Probably.
That
I
was
never saw it.
I never saw it either, honestly, but like just the concept is ingrained in my mind.
I mean, I feel like a crossbow would be an excellent way to just shoot a stake.
Yeah. What are arrows if not mini stakes?
I mean, you take the metal off, yeah.
Yeah, and Buffy, you know, that's my main vampire knowledge. She uses a crossbow occasionally.
Yeah. I really enjoy how Buffy was just like, yeah, no modern weapon could kill you, but what about this rocket, or no previously modern weapon could kill you, but what about this rocket launcher,
He's
you
like,
know?
what's that?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, modern weapons have advanced.
They certainly have.
So, maybe we should do a quick discussion about Carmilla versus Dracula.
Oh.
Because we do know that Carmilla was written a solid 20 years before Dracula, and we know that Dracula was loosely inspired by Carmilla.
I think that the three misty women is implied to be like the callback to Carmilla.
Carmilla, Mercalla, and Marcilla?
Yeah.
Okay, I got the three names.
Yeah.
They're very confusing.
They are. I don't know if those names are right, but
Yeah.
you know, I think that that's what's implied here is
That's
that
true, it
those
could
three
be.
women are the Carmilla of.
Well, I mean,
This.
you know, Carmilla, Mercalla, and Marcilla were all the same person.
Well, yeah, but like it's like a callback.
It's a
you know?
callback. And, you know, I feel like they did expand the vampire lore in this novel. Like
A lot.
Yeah, in Carmilla, they mostly had, like, yeah, you cut off her head, stake her, and burn her, and she's dead.
Hmm.
And she kind of drinks your blood, and you get ill. And
They also did the mist thing in Carmilla.
that's true. Carmilla could, like, get through locked doors, just, like, through the cracks.
Hmm.
And she could, like, teleport and move really creepily. And I feel like it was also implied Carmilla could, like, transform
Hmm.
into animals and stuff, too. So...
Interesting.
Because,
Well.
like, there was that one scene where she was, like, a big cat pacing around Laura's room.
I don't remember you telling me that.
Well, I edited that part yesterday, so I remember it.
Okay, I believe you.
All right. Old books are so funny.
They really are.
They're just so different.
Hmm. I still get very upset when people act stupid.
You know, Tom, the plot's got to come from somewhere.
I know, but like, come on.
Yeah. It could be that, you know, I don't explain everything perfectly either.
That's true, but at the same time, like,
I do
I
try
don't know,
to write
put
down.
a blindfold on
On Mina, yeah.
yeah.
Where is she? Oh.
I don't know.
Let's bring this girl with us who's like actively becoming a vampire and only hasn't yet because Dracula's not here to actively suck her blood.
Yeah, like, come on.
Yeah. All right, well, thank you for reading about 1800s vampires with me. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you for telling me all about it. I thoroughly enjoyed it as well, even
Wonderful.
though I had many critiques.
Maybe we should read more vampires.
Don't read Twilight to me. I refuse.
All right. Well, I'll see you next time, Tom.
All right. Bye bye.
It won't be Twilight.
Thank you.